So it's taken longer to get to this point than I wanted. I've had to deal with some other issues beforehand, but we could finally try and have a look into why this doesn't drive properly. So it is perfect in drive. In neutral though, it tries to drive, and in reverse it does nothing. So got it up in the air, gonna drain the gearbox fluid and see if that has any telltale signs before we go ahead and take the gearbox out. And also apparently these have ECU problems that can cause this. So yeah, that's the plan of action. Hopefully, in an ideal world, the fluid is going to be, what do we want? Empty, maybe? And all it needs is to be filled up, and then we're good to go. In a non-ideal world, it'll be all burnt or have metal in it. And then we know it's gearbox time. Moment of truth, here we go.
No!
So we have got fluid.
No.
Okay, so that's how much came out. So after the heartbreak of seeing the pretty much black gearbox oil, it's time to get started on ripping that gearbox out. I found a gearbox and torque converter for 300 quid. That should see us right. I've had a little look online on how to take the gearbox out of these, and it looks pretty labour intense. It doesn't look difficult, it just looks long, but it's going to be worth it when it's done. So yeah, let's go. Making progress. We've finally got the exhaust off. I'm chipping away under there, and Reese, after 4 Belgian waffles, load of snacks, pizza, 2 beers, is finally getting to work this end.
That's what I do, baby.
You're not too happy though, are you? Because these are Allen heads.
No, they're just, one of them's gonna break. For sure. They like to break.
I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But yeah. Let's get it, Reese.
Let us go.
Prop shaft down. This has been my view for the last few hours. Getting out the bolts of the bell housing. They are the most ridiculously placed bolts on the planet. I've got about, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8, and I think there's 11. So we're getting closer, and we can finally drop this bitch and get the next one in. So I've had to remove the starter to get to these ones, and then there's more up here, which I have no idea how on earth I'm going to get to. We shall see. Removing this gearbox has been one of the most irritating jobs ever. So it's not too bad getting like bits like the prop off, the exhaust off, even the headers and the cats off and stuff, but you've got to undo the 6 torque converter bolts, which are hidden behind where the, there we go, hidden behind where the starter motor would sit, and you cannot get anything in there. You see one there? I've spent the last 2 nights getting 6 of those bolts off, and I've finally just cracked the last one off. And the only way I could figure out how to do it was make a big extension line like that with a flex head on top on a big old breaker bar, then with a socket on the crank holding that from spinning than trying to do it at the same time. And God, now I've figured that way out. It's not been too bad, but getting to that point has been hell. All being well, I've just cracked off the last 2 bolts, which are right at the back of the gearbox, right at the top. So I've had to take the brace off that's holding the gearbox up to lower it a little bit so I can get a million extensions in. And the gun had no chance with it, so we put a breaker bar on and it has cracked them off. So now it's just a case of getting them out and seeing if the gearbox will lower down a bit. I'm guessing there'll be the odd wire and stuff to remove, but this could possibly be mission accomplished nearly. Let's see how we get on. And there we have it, finally.